Javier Milei, the president of Argentina, he made his campaign by claiming to be a defender of anarcho-capitalism and promising to take Argentina away from socialism and price controls. However, lately, he's the one imposing those price controls. He's controlling the price of transportation, tariffs, gas, electricity, and the exchange rate. Same controls which were there before he got elected. And now people are asking, is he a real anarcho-capitalist, or was that just something that he used to get elected? When Javier Milei was campaigning, the biggest issue, the biggest struggle for the Argentinian population was inflation. And that has been the biggest problem for the entire last 100 years of history of Argentina. And Javier Milei, as an anarcho-capitalist, was promising to tackle that problem. Now, it's important to understand that inflation in Argentina is calculated on the local currency, the Argentinian pesos. Now, let's talk about the exchange rate. Javier Milei is still imposing controls for the exchange rate. For instance, the black market rate, the real rate, is still in a difference of 40% compared to the Argentinian official rate. And that's where many anarcho-capitalists are criticizing Milei. Now the thing is, if inflation in Argentina is calculated on Argentinian pesos and Javier Milei intends to close the central bank, that means the peso is going to go to zero. So Javier Milei is playing between being a politician, making sure that he continues to have the approval of his partnerships, and or letting go the control of the dollar. Now remember, those controls were already there before Javier Milei. He's aware that those controls cannot go for long, but he has to take the time to prepare the population to make sure they can deal with the fact that the Argentinian pesos will eventually go to zero. One other thing which is contributing to the appreciation of the Argentinian pesos is interest rates. With inflation about 100% per year and interest rates being about 40%, that will significantly continue to drop the purchasing power of the pesos. That, combined with the uncertainty of how Javier Milei is going to be able to pull it off, the close of the central bank, also how much of his ideas, his fiscal ideas, are going to be able to be approved, because he needs the approval of the parliament as well. Those doubts, those uncertainties are also contributing to the appreciation of the Argentinian peso. And remember, if he does manage to close the central bank, that means the Argentinian peso is going to go close to zero or just become a souvenir. That was on Javier Milei controlling the exchange rate US dollar to Argentinian pesos. Let's talk about the other controls that he has in place, such as tariffs on import and transportation, gas, and electricity. One thing I need to say about that is when Javier Milei became the president of Argentina, those controls were already in place. Now we can look at those government controls on the economy as the government taking Argentina into one direction. Now Javier Milei, as an anarcho-capitalist, wants to take Argentina economy to a different direction. A lot of people want him to simply go and shift gears and go in a direction towards freedom and anarcho-capitalism. The way I look at the economy is more like a tanker, a great ship in the ocean. You cannot just go to the opposite direction. You need to first slow down what is going in one direction and then be able to take the country to a whole different direction. If Javier Milei simply remove all the price controls and let everything happen according to his promise of the anarcho-capitalism, that may cause a huge shock to the economy and to the population. In the short term, it's going to be very painful to the population, and once the population is going through that pain, it's going to be very easy for any other politician to benefit from that animosity, because the population will suffer on the short term. Now, it's important to understand that the population in Argentina elect Javier Milei as a president, but they also elect other politicians to take place on the Senate and other powers of the government. And Argentina, being a democracy, Javier Milei must work in harmony with all the other people who are also equally elected by the population in Argentina. So in my view, what he's doing is he's lowering the pressure or slowing down the speed in which the economy is going to one direction, so then it can come to a full halt and go to a different direction. The difference between Javier Milei and other politicians, in my view, is that he understands that those tariffs and price control, exchange rate control, are not beneficial, and he wants to stop that. Unlike the other politicians who have been in control of Argentina, who totally believe that that's the direction and that's the way to run a country. So in my view, yes, there's a difference between that which you promise as a candidate and that which you can do as a president. However, so far, I have not seen Javier Milei having a different conviction or a different view of his ideals and economy. I honestly believe that he's doing what he can at the pace that he finds possible, not to have the entire population and the alliances that he has made to go against him. At least those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Let me know that on the comments below.